Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mrs. Senior over here. If you didn't know, now you do. And today, being that it's Mother's Day, first of all, shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to mothers to be. Yes, you guys rock. Like, you totally do. As a matter of fact, shout out to every woman out there. Yes, celebrate yourselves today. And I thought it was being fitted to talk about the whole Meghan Markle story and the Prince Harry, and actually link it to a lot of conversations that have happened as a consequence of this conversation. So let's get right into it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notification button to get the first to know every single time I drop a video. Okay, so an interview happened with Oprah where Meghan was talking about her experience with the royal family, feeling suicidal. We also got to hear Harry essentially supporting his wife. There are a few things that came about of that interview, because obviously, firstly, the fact that Oprah was surprised about the racism that was demonstrated or allegedly demonstrated by the royal family, I thought was like, they are the royal family. They built conquest. They conquered lands. It's self-explanatory anyway in that respect. So I wasn't shocked at all by any means as to the fact that the racism was there. Not meaning that that's the right thing, but surprised, no. Disappointed, no, because I wasn't surprised. But it's okay, again, just the reality of what people face and the fact that we still have these problems ingrained, and they still need to be addressed, they still need to be fixed. Her being suicidal was really sad to hear, because again, I believe that she probably went into it not, and she actually admitted that in the interview, not prepared for and understanding what it entails in its entirety to be a member of that sort of grand family, like the most established or known royalty in the world, essentially. And then it was commendable that Harry obviously stood by his wife, supported her in every sense of it. That was what came across. However, I don't feel like this is something that's out of the ordinary. I feel like this is a given thing. Like, that's the least he can do, because she gave up things in order to join to him and join the family, essentially. So again, would I be like, oh my god, Harry needs a gold medal for all the stuff he's done? No, he was being a husband, in my opinion. He was being a good husband. And actually, let me retract. Should he be commended? Of course, because he was doing his duty as a husband. But is it a Golden Globe moment? I don't think so, because I feel like that's the expectation of a husband. The whole idea is he's meant to be her protector, he's meant to be her backbone, and the fact that he stood up for her, like, kudos to him. Like, that's what's meant to happen in that respect. But a lot of the times, what has come across is the fact that, especially in the Nigerian community, because I read loads of things on Twitter, on Instagram, where people were then like, yeah, they were commending Harry, and it was very apparent that a lot of Nigerian men actually don't rate their wives. They will put their mothers, their sisters above their wives, and that's a standard. It's almost a case of like, you are my baby breeding machine, and yeah, that's the reason why you're allowed into the family. And I had this discussion with a number of people who, we actually talked about the fact that a lot of guys, Nigerian guys, again, I can't really speak for other people because I'm more integrated with my community, so that's why I speak on that a lot. But a lot of people will be offended if a woman doesn't want to change her last name to his last name. It's almost like a slap on the guy's face. But a lot of the times, a lot of women are treated like outsiders by her in-laws. So why would you really be pressed on changing your name to a family that doesn't make you feel welcomed? Like, to me, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. And it's almost like a lot of people, yeah, they are so enticed with becoming Mrs. Somebody. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not really going to be begging it to be called Mrs. XYZ when they're treating me like the dirt on their shoes. Because I've heard too many stories, watched too many Nigerian movies where I see that the mother-in-law is just damn right out of order to the woman, and it's almost like it's normal, and they'll be telling you that I carried him for 9 months, blah 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 blah. But the Bible even says that a man will leave his father and his mother and will cling unto his wife. So therefore, he's starting a new unit, and people need to respect that. And the things that, because a lot of men in the Nigerian households, I would say, that I've witnessed, have been treated like they are royalty. And it's not saying that all men shouldn't be treated well, but it's almost like they're used to being served. So if their mother's not the one serving them, it's their sister serving them. So they expect the wife essentially to be a maid. And when the woman doesn't do those things that the mothers and the sisters do, she's deemed as a demon. And it's not a case of a woman shouldn't serve her man. It's not a case of a woman shouldn't look after her man. But again, the dynamics of how they do that shouldn't be dictated by the mothers and the sisters. It should be dictated by the couples themselves, because they are essentially on a path with each other, and that should be essentially addressed as a new path. We're not trying to replicate our parents' homes. We are creating our home. We could pick things that we think works really well for our parents, pick things that we think that works well from different people, and then implicate that into the journey that we're beginning for ourselves. But a lot of the times, it's almost like they don't rate you as a wife. No ratings. And the no ratings doesn't just end with the mom and the sister. It actually perpetuates itself through the husbands. And this is very apparent, where I know this, I wouldn't say I know this 100%, but from what the little I've gathered from the Igbo culture, it's almost a thing of the wife wouldn't have a say in the man's property. Should, in case like a husband passed away, it would be the husband's brother and that kind of stuff. And the thing that I had a lot of discussion around is the fact that a lot of these mothers, when they went, if they ever lost their husbands and their head had to be shaved off and all that kind of stuff, these uncles weren't happy that these stuff happened to their mothers, but they're so quick to do that to someone else's child, and that needs to be addressed. So in my head, I'm like, the ratings that people are giving Harry, I feel like they need to actually reel back and understand that charity actually begins at home. How are you treating someone else's daughter that's come into your family? Like, think about it. How are you treating that person? Are you treating that person like a human being? Are you doing what you would want done to your sister? Are you doing what you would want done to your mother? And a lot of the time, the fact that we don't think about that just shocks me, and it makes me sad to know that there are a lot of women that are in these kind of situations, and people are not thinking about the repercussion of that. But because Harry and Meghan are on a pedestal because of who they are and their origins and that kind of stuff, we're discussing this, but we're not discussing the real matters that actually happen to people that you and I both know, and actually addressing those issues to make the situation better for them. And you know what, I love the fact that Meghan is standing in her truth and trying to make things better for any woman that's going through that kind of stuff. But I feel like this is time, and this should be a trigger for us to actually address the cultural issues with how women are treated when they enter the marital homes, to make things better, so we have well-rounded women who feel safe, who feel empowered, who feel supported in our society, and not just magnifying that because people are on a pedestal, and actually perpetuating that into our lives to make it better for the women in our lives, for the women in our society. And this is just literally my 2 cents for us to think about this and realize the fact that there are some cultural things that definitely need to change, that need to be dropped, because we wouldn't want those replicated to the people we so-called love, our mothers, our sisters, while we perpetuating these to the women that we allegedly love and get married to. Like, it's food for thought, innit? Like, let's fix up. Charity begins at home. And actually, on that note, I remember seeing what do you call it? Oh, there's one. It was actually like a thing that Tokyo Makimo put up on her Twitter. Here we go. She says, before you come out to support Meghan, please make sure the wives married into your family are not going through hell too. Some of you hate your brother's wife, but you are quick to crucify the BRF, so the British royal family. Charity begins at home. Let that woman breathe. There might not be racism in your family, but there's definitely classism. Your own mother is wicked to your brother's wife, and you think she's spending your brother's money or controlling him. You are trying to fix the royal family's problem. Fix your own first. Charity really does begin at home. So yeah, this is food for thought. I love the fact that I'm ending it on that note. Fix the problem within your family first. The royal family will sort themselves out. They'll be fine. Let's sort our homes out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want your comments. I want your thoughts on the matter. Drop them right below in the comment section, and like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you on my very next video. Take care, guys.